What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to the Anfield Agenda player ratings after Liverpool and Fulham played out a 2-2 draw at Anfield. A result that, I guess in the grand scheme of things, is a bit frustrating, but I do want to say that the heart and courage and determination the boys showed to find a way back in to not lose that game certainly gives you some hope for the future. But there was, of course, performances that we aren't going to want to see again. So I'm going to go through from the referee, the players, the substitutes and our manager, giving them all a score out of 10. Now, you guys have already played along in the match reaction. You submitted your player rating, so you're going to see two images here on the screen. The big square, the main image, will be my player ratings. Top right hand corner will be the Anfield Agenda audience player ratings. If you want to join us in the future and submit your player ratings, keep an eye out for the link in the match reaction. We're also being brought to you today, as we are on every match day, with thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Why not check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra this Christmas for that special person in your life? You can get everything you see on the screen there now. The Lawnmower 5.0 with Manscaped skin-safe technology, a 90-minute battery and the brightest ever LED spotlight. The Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. You also get Manscaped's two liquid formulations. The Shed travel bag and the boxer briefs are also Manscaped's free gift to you. You can also check out the Chairman Pro package, their brand new face shaving kit. This and anything else at manscaped.com can be yours for 20% off and free shipping by using our unique code Anfield20 at checkout. That is 20% off and free shipping with a code Anfield20, or scan the QR code in the bottom right corner. Right, referee is first up today, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a lot to unpack here about the referee's performance today. And let me say that there's one incident I'm unsure of, but in the main, I thought the major incidents around bookings and the red cards, I think he actually was okay in them. The incident I'm unsure of is the Tete on Joe Gomez one, because the ball wasn't there, but he was clearly taken out of it. And I'd like to actually wait and see what a referee says on this one, because in real time I was thinking, surely this is going to be looked at by VAR, right? Surely. And it wasn't. The other incidents, though, the Andy Robertson red card, I've absolutely no problems with that whatsoever. I think it was a red card. I think Andy Robertson should have had a better touch, put himself in a bad position, and then it was a stupid challenge. So once it was confirmed that Wilson was onside, I've no issues with that. The yellow cards picked up by Fulham. The one on Gravenberch I thought was a yellow. It looks bad in slow motion, but most of them decisions I thought were okay. But the referee did give some niggly free kicks, and I am on the fence about that whole Gomez Tete incident. So with all of that in mind, I've given him a score of 6.5. You guys have gone a lot lower with a 4.7. Clearly people feeling that I'm not in the right on this one, and the referee had a bit of a horror show. But I try to be honest about what I see, and yes, in the heat of the moment you get carried away, but I think we need to look at ourselves today more than anybody else. Alisson Becker, nothing really the big man could have done today. Made some saves when he was called upon. The two goals, don't think he could have done much about, in all honesty. So not really any complaints about Alisson. Give him today a score of 7, and you guys have gone exactly the same with also a 7. Next up, Andy Robertson. Look, I've been dreading this from the second the game was over. I've been dreading having to do the player ratings for Andy Robertson, because I cannot do anything other than give him a horrendously low score for various reasons. This isn't about what Andy Robertson's done in the past. This isn't about his great service to the club, his likeability as a fella. This is about an absolutely horrific 20 minutes of football that was error-strewn from the get-go. Yes, he took a knock in the first minute of the game when Tete collided into him and kicked him in the leg. And look, he decided he was fit to come back on, so after that, I don't think we can use that as an excuse. He was at fault twice for the first goal Fulham scored, gave it away, and then was allowing his man to get in behind him with the back post. Then for the red card, it was a very easy situation to deal with. He takes a horrendous touch and then makes an even worse decision to bring down the Fulham player. So I cannot do anything here other than be honest and give Andy Robertson a score of 2 out of 10. You guys have gone for a 2.4, and look, this is the lowest score I've ever given, but there has to be an understanding of why. It was 20 minutes you'll never want to remember, so I can't do anything else but score, honestly. Next up, Virgil van Dijk. I'm not seeing him do too many things all that wrong, but also he is the leader of a defence that's conceded 5 league goals in 2 games, so you know, you're wondering what's going on there. Again today, when we were down to 10 men, our defence was stretched. You've got to make some allowances for that, as it wasn't Virgil's fault. Robbo was sent off. So all in all, I feel like I'm comfortable enough at giving him a score of 6.5. You guys have gone a little bit higher, giving the captain a score of 7. Alongside Virgil was Joe Gomez, and I don't think he was too bad today, in all honesty. I don't. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how the Fulham player was able to even get that ball goalward for their second goal. And again, he got a little bit unlucky, Joe, as it came off him. I don't want to slate Joe. I don't think he's done too badly at all today. So I'm going to give him a fairly decent score of a 6. You guys have gone a bit higher with a 6.7. Next on to this man, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, again, we're talking about what he did today and not what he's done in the past or not how good of a player he is. Today was back to looking at that Trent who was jogging around the pitch at times. You contrast him with Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, who left it all out there, covered every blade of grass, broke themselves trying to get back in cover, and Trent's jogging around, looking like he's out there for a stroll around on a Sunday. I just wasn't happy with it, and nor was the chat, nor was anybody I've seen speaking about it. It was just an unacceptable performance from somebody whose future is up in the air, and this is not looking like he wants to be around. So I got to be honest, that was just not acceptable from Trent. Again, this is like the Trent I was calling out 18 months ago. Now, we've not seen too much of it from him, but today, again, being honest, I'm giving him a 5. You guys have a little bit higher with a 5.3. Gravenberch, just blessed. He was out there, in all honesty, just nothing bad to say. A tremendous performance, one filled full of courage and class and brilliance. He was having to sit deeper and deeper in the first half. He was almost playing in as auxiliary centre back at one point to allow Trent to get a bit further forward. I thought the man just loses class. He's brilliant. So going to give him today a score of 8.5. And he was also your Anfield Agenda man of the match with over 50% of the vote as well. So congratulations on that one, Ryan Gravenberch. Curtis Jones, as I mentioned, I thought the work rate and endeavour and the honesty of effort was top notch. I don't even remember him giving away the ball too much at all. Very difficult to be critical of Curtis at all today, and nor am I going to be. So I'm giving him a score of 8. You guys have gone lower. Honestly, I think you're being unfair with that score, if I'm being really blunt. Because I think you're grading him on us having a poor performance and him having had poor seasons previously. I don't know. I didn't think he was anywhere near a 6.8 today, but I do respect your decision. I've gone for an 8 though, as you can see. Next up, Dominic Szoboszlai. Again, like I said about Curtis, I felt like he left it all out there. And as the manager said in his post-match interview, we couldn't have asked any more effort from the guys today. It's always so difficult when you're down to 10, but yet alone being a goal down as well. But we found a way to get a point out of it, and we'll see what that means at the end of the season. But today, I thought Dominic Szoboszlai could be happy with his day's work. So I've given him an 8, and you guys have gone a bit lower, but still given him a good score of a 7.4. Cody Gakpo, difficult one this, because the goal was class. I mean, the ball in from Mo was brilliant. The diving header was top notch. But again, a lot of you guys made a comment about him cutting back in a lot of the time from a wide left position, which is understandable. Look, I like Cody, and I think today it wasn't the best day for our forwards. There were some moments of class, and he was involved in one of them. I think he was okay today, in all honesty. So I'm giving him a score of 7, and you guys have gone a little bit higher. Maybe give him a little bonus for the goal, but outside of the goal, I didn't think it was an incredibly good display, but, you know, average enough, so I've gone for the 7. Mohamed Salah, again, similar kind of thing. Didn't really get involved too much as he would want to be in shooting positions, or didn't test the keeper too much. But we don't get that first goal without his vision, without his class. I thought Anthony Robinson dealt with him as well as could be expected. Mo continued to fight and try, and that bit of class opened up the defence that got Gakpo the goal. So always grateful for that from Mo, and we spoke about his range of passing getting better and better as he develops as a player. So for Mo today, I've given him a score of 6.5. You guys have gone a bit higher with a 6.8. Luis Diaz, look, I think we've got to say the experiment of putting him through the middle should be over. It worked against Madrid, if my memory is right, but since then it's looked like square peg in a round hole. And today, you're never going to get a lack of effort from him, but his touch wasn't right. A couple of half chances he had, he wasn't connecting well with them. And he just didn't look comfortable as much through the centre today. It's far better seeing him in that left wide position. So I've given him a score of 5.5. You guys a bit higher with a 6.3. look, I think there'll be far better games for Lucho, and today I just didn't like what I seen out there. Next up, Darwin Núñez. Again, tough one. He came on, and I want to say he put the effort in. Didn't really have too much in regards to goal involvements. I think the assist, perhaps, for our equaliser, if I'm remembering correctly. But again, I thought he hurried around, closed down well, gave them something to think about, fought for every ball. Yeah, work rate, no arguments whatsoever about that performance from Darwin. Overall, I've given him a 7. You guys are a bit lower at a 6.3. Next up, Jarell Quansah. So, I don't agree with the decision to bring him on because of the confidence issue. And today, for me, he should have closed down that cross. And I will die on that hill. Any defender of any level knows you don't let crosses come in from somebody getting to the byline when you're there with them. He didn't slide in, didn't throw his body at it for a block, and kind of looked half-arsed and nonchalant as the ball was put across, I think from Anthony Robinson. And I think it's just going to knock his confidence even more. I don't agree with the substitution from Arna bringing him on. I get the theory of it. You want to bring on another centre-back or 3 at the back and push forward. But I just think we looked okay as we were there, and this is just going to, again, I think, knock his confidence moving forward. So, got to be honest, and I've given him a score of 5 because I don't think he did anything too good when he came on. Next up, Diogo Jota, and again, counting our blessings, he didn't look like he'd been missing for a long time, did he? The ball came to him in what I will describe as a half chance that became a chance because of his brilliance. We've never had any qualms about his ability. It was always about availability. And today, Diogo showed why so many people want him in the team when he's fit. That was magic on the edge of the box. A beautiful little turn, left the defender, then sold the keeper the dummy as well, sent him the wrong way and slotted it home. It was peak Diogo Jota and a moment of sheer brilliance. So I'm giving him a 9 for his cameo from the bench because I think it was just phenomenal and a big, big difference maker for us. So well done, Diogo, and welcome back. Harvey Elliott, I thought he's really knocking on the manager's door for a start now. When he came on, he made us tick. He came looking for the ball. I think he freed Sal up a little bit. Certainly gave us an uptick in performance, in effort. I just thought we looked sharper when he came on. He's just like a busy little bee going around there, just collecting his nectar and doing his business, and I really like him, as you know. So I'm delighted he's back as well, and I think we'll see him start against Southampton and hopefully build on from there. So I've given him a 7.5 for his performance off the bench, and you guys exactly the same. Now last up, our manager, Arne Slot. So I'm going to give him a low-ish score today. Not because I think he's a terrible tactician or manager. Far from it, he's brilliant. And he had a lot to figure out today. He had to figure out a way of keeping us solid while still chasing a game. He had to figure out a way to structure us in the second half. He had to figure out a way to get back into the game again. And he rolled the dice on some changes. Where I do have issues with him is the substitution of Quansah, the lateness of some of the other substitutions. So all that taken into account, I'm going to give Arne a score of 6.5, and you guys have gone a little bit higher with a 7.1. But it was tough for the manager there today. You know, we had a lot to figure out. I believe he's going to be suspended from the touchline for the game against Southampton. At least that's what the Echo reported after, I think, picking up a booking. So Sipka Hulshoff will probably be on the sidelines there. And that is it for our player ratings, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree. I want to say another massive thank you to everybody for supporting the channel, for all of your comments, your thoughts, your chats, everything. We'll be back tonight at 8:30 with the late night agenda, where we'll talk transfers, we'll talk bigger picture. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped. A quick reminder, you can get yourself 20% off and free shipping store-wide this festive season by using our code Anfield20 at checkout. Thank you to them for the support, and again to you guys for watching. Much love. Bye-bye.